Yes. Hi everyone. Today I'm going to speak something about letters in general. IELTS letters, that is General Task 1 letters, uh, can be mainly divided into two. That's formal letters and informal letters. We do have a letter type in between, that is semi-formal letter. But in this session, so we are going to speak something about the informal letter. So, whom should we write informal letters, and what things we have to keep in mind when we write informal letters? This is what we are going to see today. When we go for informal letters, we first we need to know whom we should write these letters to. We should write these letters to people whom you know in person in the sense to the close acquaintances, relations like blood relation, your colleagues, classmates, buddies, and your family members, your grandparents, your father, mother, brother, sisters, siblings, all these people whom you know in person and whom you have the freedom to talk personally. So that should I take it's more clear uh, to those people whom you can explore things in person. So to such persons we write informal letters, and we have to use that particular language to there. We Unlike the formal letter or the semi-formal letter, the language which we use in informal letter is distinct, and we have to make sure that this is informal letter based on the language which you use there. So let's start with the salutation. So what we can do in an informal letter, how can we start the letter? So first we have to go with the salutation. Salutation would go like dear Matthew, dear Peter, dear Sally, dear Susan, dear Thomas. So dear father, dear brother, dear hubby, dear mommy. It can be anything like that, but it should not be dear Mr. Matthew. It should not be dear sir or dear madam. This is the thing. The second thing we need to go ahead with is the first how to start the letter. In a formal letter or a semi-formal letter, you have to write the purpose. But in informal letter, we don't need a purpose. In the sense, because you know the person in depth, you know the person, and the person who is reading the letter should not feel that something is written formal to him. So we don't need that much formality. Like I am writing this letter to. It's unnecessary to go ahead with that. Instead, you can say, "Yeah, hope you are doing well. I got your letter yesterday. How your parents are doing, and how was your exam? How was your vacation? It was long since it's long since I've been thinking of writing to you. Hope you are in pink health. All these things you can write. So just one sentence or two sentences to start this thing. And then you can say something in detail there. You can organize the letters. Because it's your personal freedom. We don't have a specific format for informal letter, because you need to absorb the content, the question, and you can present it freely, because you know that the person who is going to read this letter is something person. He can understand you, whether the letter should not be in that much formal style, that each paragraph should be framed like that. Each paragraph number one should have three sentences, the next paragraph should have four sentences. No rules in informal. There is less rules there. You can use short forms, you can use question marks, you can use inverted commas. So you're free to do anything in informal letter, as far as it's an informal letter, it's written in an informal style, so you can do anything there. So that's all. The main thing that we need to keep in our mind is to uh, uh, is to understand one main thing: the language. The language which we use in informal letter should be very, very different from the formal letters, okay, and the semi-formal letters. So I told you about the paragraphing. It's up to you. It's your personal decision, because the reader is your non-person. You know the feeling of that person. He knows the feeling of you. So you're free to do that. So you can write up to, as I recommended, word limit is up to 200, because you know that if you are writing more, it's just a waste of time and energy. So I don't recommend you to write more than 200 words there in an informal letter. So usually it may go over 180 words. It's quite normal, because you know that when it becomes informal, the word count will go up slightly a bit. So it will go higher. It's quite natural. So you don't take care of this. But even if it is 205, 210, 215, it's not an issue, I think so. We don't go ahead with the word count, so don't particularly concentrate on the word count. Concentrate on the matter you're going to write there. Okay, so you have the ultimate freedom to decide what you have to write. Stick on to the topic, and you can add something, your personal things. Oh, do you remember that? Do you remember this? Okay, hope you'll enjoy this thing. So then we can close. You can close this. We don't need a formal closing. We can just say waiting for your reply. Okay, or yours lovingly, or yours affectionately, or best regards. You can say something like that, and then you can say bye. Your name, yours, Thomas. That's it about informal letters. Hope you all have understood this thing. Have a nice day. Thank you.